Welcome to Serenity. My name is Sarah and I talk all about tea here. I'm finally getting to tasting the teas that Diana Talks Tea sent me from T2. So my first tasting today is going to be T2's French Earl Grey. My intention was to review these right after I open them, but I just haven't been able to do much of anything lately. I've got to be honest, I have really been struggling lately. I would probably say moderately paralyzed by grief. You think this far into the process it wouldn't be quite so intense, but it just seems to be feeling worse. Maybe it's the reality of this is really life now setting in. But that is a hard spot to sit in for too long, so I am really doing my best to try to get myself doing things that I used to love and used to enjoy and see if that will help pull me out of this a little bit. Okay, enough sad stuff. Diana Talks Tea sent me a big sample bag of T2 teas. I'm very excited to try T2. I've seen a lot of videos about them. They sound like an excellent company. And as I mentioned, shipping to Canada is just crazy. So if it hadn't been for Diana, I probably wouldn't get to try these. The first one I'm trying from the haul that Diana sent me, and it was a haul, is T2's French Earl Grey. I never really reached for Earl Greys before, but suddenly I started loving them. So now I've been collecting Earl Greys. Life is like a cup of tea. It's all about how you make it. I'm excited to try this. Let's get this steeping. So this one is a black tea. Be careful with the package. I want to save it for when I do tea empties videos. Wow, that's very, very fragrant. I would say the hibiscus smell is really coming through, which is interesting. So these are tea bags. So looks like there's room inside the tea bag for the tea leaves to expand, which is kind of nice. Let's get this steeping. I'm going to follow their instructions and see what it's like. Alright, I'm just going to do a smaller amount because I don't want to accidentally make weak tea when I only have one tea bag to sample. Something about having a tea bag makes you want to do this. So the ingredients on this are black tea, hibiscus, natural and artificial bergamot flavoring, natural and artificial flavoring, question mark on what kind, no specification, sunflower petals, rose petals, and mallow flowers. The way they describe this tea is Earl Grey gets a French twist, which is oh so fruity. A medium-bodied black tea base with pretty petals and notes of fruit that play with classic bergamot in an inspiring, bold, and refined infusion. Sounds delicious. The way they recommend is 1 per cup. 100 degrees Celsius, 212 Fahrenheit. I went with 200 degrees Fahrenheit because I like to drink them faster. And 2 to 3 minutes for steep time. It's got, so far, a nice golden color, which is appropriate for a black tea. It's smelling like an Earl Grey with the tartness of hibiscus. Dry leaf, it definitely smelled like fruity, which was interesting because they don't actually have fruit in there. So I'm wondering if one of the artificial flavorings was actually like fruit. Maybe they just forgot to put it on the label. Or maybe they wanted it to be a surprise. Like, guess what fruit is in here? Time is up. Did 3 minutes. It smells very nice, like fruity Earl Grey tea. You can see this steeped up a really nice color. Really like that. This mug is from Kitchen Kite. They have an Amazon store in the USA if you're interested in getting a really, really nice double-walled clear glass mug. I love my double-walled clear glass mugs. They're so good for doing tea reviews, and I also really, really like seeing my tea. Regular mugs are fun too because you can get all sorts of fun colors and patterns, but there's something about seeing the beautiful golden color of a nice black tea. Very first taste ever from T2. Interestingly enough, I am finding I'm tasting floral notes. I was expecting it to be more tart and fruity from the hibiscus. I know hibiscus is a flower, but for some reason it often mimics like a tart fruit to me, but no, not here. I'm honestly actually tasting the rose. It's a back end. It's not like you're drinking rose water. The flavor is just delightful. Yeah, it's like a very mild version of an Earl Grey tea layered in floral rose notes. So if you like roses, as I do, you will probably really like this. And it's not like you're falling into a rose bush because ow. It's just implied, just a hint in there. It's really, really nice. Yeah, that's great. Would I purchase this if it was available to Canada for a reasonable price? Yes, I would. I would definitely repurchase this. This is delicious. I really like it. All in all, very impressed with my first tasting from T2. So thank you again, Diana. That was just so fun. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.